So I told my coworker that he was being mean to me and bullying me, and he said that he wasn't bullying me and that's just how people talk to each other and that I'm just too sensitive, and he was giving me examples of how he's been saying these bullying things to these other people and how they don't get so upset about it, right? And how I need to like bounce back and say something else to him, right? But then today I was reading the Bible in Romans chapter 12 because the verse of the day is, and the Bible app, do not let evil defeat you. Instead, conquer evil with good, right? And so there was another time where he made me really upset. So then I said something mean to him because of how he hurt my feelings. And then he's like, do you want me to respond to that? And then I said no because I was afraid he was going to then say something even meaner back to me, right? So that's why you can't conquer evil with evil, and you can only conquer evil with good. Because how does it make sense? Someone hurts your feelings, then you hurt their feelings back, then they're just going to hurt your feelings back, and it's just a cycle, right? So I'm not sure how to get a bully to stop, because after I told him he was bullying me, he didn't talk to me for 2 days at work, and then the third day he was like, did you notice I wasn't talking to you? And I was like, yeah, but like I didn't say anything to him, because what am I going to say? Like, oh, are you not talking to me because you can't be mean and you don't know how to talk to somebody without being mean to them, right? I think the key is to nip this behavior in the bud, and the first time they say something to you is to say that, like, you won't accept that behavior, right? Which obviously I didn't do, and I let this go on for a long time before I was like, you're bullying me. Because I knew somebody, and then someone, their boss said something like to them, and they were like, you're not my dad, and my dad doesn't talk to me that way, so you can't even talk to me that way. And then they never did it again, right? But they like saw them talk this way, like this, to other people there. But I do know that saying something mean back to the person, it just isn't going to help, because you have to realize this other person is obviously hurting inside, because the only times I would ever be mean to someone is if they had hurt my feelings and then I want to like make them feel the way that I feel, but like they already feel that way and they already feel hurt, right? So in Romans chapter 12 it says, do not conform yourselves to the standards of this world. So that would be like if you give in to what these people do by just going back and forth making fun of each other, right? But let God transform you inwardly by a complete change of your mind. So yeah, I'm trying to be a nicer person, and obviously my coworker has been testing me, but I've been doing pretty good. Like, yeah, I slipped up like the one time, but for the most part, and that's another thing, he says to me that I'm too nice and all these things, and like, he's making me feel like it's bad to be nice, but it's not bad to be nice, it's good to be nice. So yeah, I thought about saying these things to him, like, oh, you must have a bad home life and all this stuff, right? But you shouldn't kick someone while they're down. You know, obviously he's struggling and he's insecure. One time I did say, though, the person that criticizes others says the most criticism for themselves. But then he was like, that's not true. I'm confident, blah, blah, blah. Obviously you're not.